And
I'll tell this quick story. This was
yeah.
the day after Trump had pardoned the January 6th protesters. And I'm listening to our local radio station, which on the hour it's called SRN News, but it's just a Fox surrogate. And the headlines, Trump pardons these poor citizens that got caught up in this January 6th chaos. And what a
Yeah.
great, I mean, that was the headline. And same way with local news on the TV. That's
God.
exactly how they worded it.
Yeah.
And since he did that, 33 of those people
I
have
know.
been rearrested for criminal offenses, including rape and
I know.
molestation of
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, it's terrible. So there's something that's been happening here in Oregon. There's a couple free weeklies that managed to keep somewhat financially okay. One of them's out of Portland, one of them's out of Bend, and they've established a nonprofit journalism project, and they pretty much just pay one or two reporters to go do cool stories. And then those stories, they publish them, but those stories can be published by anyone. They are open sourced
So
reporting.
you can pick them
That's
up.
right.
And they're doing like investigative reporting on a lot of different stuff. So there is stuff happening that is good. You know, there's a sheriff, this wonderful person in the state did this long-term investigative thing on this shady sheriff in Northern Oregon, rural area there. And so we're finding little edge solutions, but it's very grassroots. It's very
Well,
grassroots.
we're going to get you back on the show if you'll come back on. And I love to talk about that and some other issues. I'm gonna end with this, talking about where we have no local coverage. Is our local board of supervisors were having a meeting on historical increases in property taxes. The meeting they had to move it to the local auditorium at the high school. 300 people in attendance. 45 people spoke, of course, against tax, raising taxes. I spoke. The meeting lasted almost 4 hours. There was not a one single live reporter at that meeting.
That's terrible.
Now, there
Yeah.
was some coverage a week later, from they'd look at the YouTube meeting and kind of look at but there was no interviewing people. There was nobody asking hard questions to politicians. Of course, the public was asking hard questions on that meeting. But that just shows that the news desert we're in,
Yeah.
news reporting desert.
And you see that like in Southern Oregon, they lost their paper, and it just did not take long for the local city councils, county commissions, et cetera, to start violating their own damn bylaws in terms of their
Yeah,
reporting. It's like, if
for
you
you,
don't have those
anybody.
eyes on things, there's no incentive to do things the right way. You can't
No.
expect people to be
I'm gonna
paladins.
tell
You
you,
got to have an eye on them.
I was elected on the board of supervisors 20 years ago, and back then when I was young and stupid, I hated the press. All them people, they just asking tough questions, trying to cause a stir. As I'm older, they are the key to democracy.
They are.
Is
They are,
the
which is
sunshine.
why Trump is trying to get rid of them as fast as he can.
Well, everybody, I know we've run long. I've enjoyed it. I want to thank both of you coming up. And Joy, I hope you'll come back. I know
Yes,
we probably
thank
haven't even
you.
touched the subject you wanted. I'm sorry.
You guys are my people, and after a weekend talking to a bunch of urban Democrats, it is a fresh air to be here with you
You
guys.
tell me
So,
nobody
yeah.
sounded like Heather and I.
No.
We could go across the country, John, and nobody would sound like us.
I know.
Southwestern people talking.